Okay, looks like I'm live. Let's see. Let's see. I'm live. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna check on my Facebook page. There I am. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can pull this up so I can see if there's comments. Pull this up so I can see if there's comments. There, I have to turn the volume. Okay, so hello, hello. If you're joining me live, please tell me, first of all, say hello. Tell me where you're joining from. And welcome to my first live of 2024 for the Embodied Oracle Show. I have not done this in a while, and it took me a hot minute to get to a point where I can actually have enough bandwidth to want to get back into this stuff and share. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I go, maybe if you've gone through a big transition or a big change like I just have, it takes a minute, especially when, for me, I decided, and let me share a little bit with you. So in case that you're new to this Facebook group, and in case you're new to me and you're watching the replay, my name is Donnell, and I'm an intuitive channel, a multidimensional healer, and a mentor. And I specialize in helping women become their thriving future selves now through healing forward so they can have the love, the money, the success, everything, health, whatever that they desire. And I am going to be coming on more and sharing. And what I was saying is that I've been through a huge transition. And so I'll share a little bit about that. But I just wanted to let you know today I'm going to be sharing about the 3 things blocking you from manifesting. Because we all have our dreams. Hopefully you got some dreams that you want to see come true. I hope so. If not, what's going on with you? What's your problem? Why aren't you excited about your life? So 2024, here we come. I think today the moon is in Aries. If you're watching this on, let's see, I think it's January 16th. And I'm in Aries rising, so I feel a little spicy. Okay. But regardless, wherever you're watching from, whenever you see this, please hashtag replay, hit the like or love button if you like what I'm saying, because all of this stuff is very supportive and helps me help you to know the kind of content that you're enjoying and what is making sense or not. It doesn't all have to make sense, and that even is fun when I get some questions and stuff about what I'm teaching. So the reason I'm focusing on manifesting right now, well, obviously becoming your thriving future self is about manifestation, but we're kicking off a new year. 2024 has a ton of astrology that is so supportive of getting you kind of revved up and going. There's no retrogrades, I believe, until maybe May of this year, which is amazing. Because if you remember last year, we had so many retrogrades. So much of the energy was slow down, all that kind of stuff. So now it's full systems ahead, full systems go. And although I'm not one to necessarily start the new year and have all these new intentions and be okay, what I do like to know is how I want to feel. And I do have some kind of set points of what I want to create for the year. And the reason that I'm going through a period of integration is because last year I had the biggest year of manifesting. I'd been working on so much. I got engaged last year. I got permission through the courts to move my daughters to Idaho. So I left California at the end of the year, and now I'm here in Boise looking at the snow on the trees. So complete new life, complete rewiring of my nervous system in order to hold all these new frequencies. And from a spiritual perspective, like a completely new way of seeing life, a new perspective. Because when you manifest, right, and you create, one of the things I think about is you don't want to just go back to the old. And so as I've stepped into my new life, I've really kind of tried to slow down because I want to be intentional about what I'm creating. Like, what is the energetic template of what I'm creating here versus what I already had in my past life? Because I know that if I keep behaving how I used to, I'll just have more of the same. And that's not necessarily why I moved. I wanted a fresh start. I wanted to get innovative and creative with my life. So that leads me to, hey, Libby, that leads me to what I want to talk about today. And essentially, manifesting and why you may not be seeing the results that you want to see in your efforts to manifest. And before I jump in, I do want to let you know I'm going to be teaching an incredible program called Becoming Her. It's a 6 weeks of classes that are going to be taught live, that are going to have subconscious reprogramming, somatic work, Q&A, and whatever else I decide to put in there around futuring and manifesting. But essentially, it's a blueprint, a foundation that teaches you how to become the person that attracts and magnetizes the life that you really want to live. And the reason I feel so honored to teach this is because I've done it. I'm living it. I'm a living example of the work and everything that I did to get to here and have this is what I want to teach you. And I think a lot of the law of attraction, manifesting stuff, like sometimes they miss some key crucial points that are a big piece of what it takes to have a sustainable manifestation that sticks and that you get to really live out. So, okay. So before I get into the 3 things blocking you, I want you to think about, what do you want to manifest this year? What is it? And I want you to share in the comments. What is it that you're really excited to see happen? What is it that you want to call in financially or with a new partner or a partnership, a relationship? One of mine is manifesting new friends because I'm in a new city and state. What do you want for your health? Like, what are the things that you're really excited about? So put that in the comments and share with me. Just 1 or 2 things that would just make you feel on fire and so lit up to have happen, is what I should say. So share that. And there's lots of things that I see when it comes to manifesting about why things don't come to fruition for people. And the first one I want to talk about is resistance. I wrote a post about this yesterday, and it's kind of a fun topic for me. Because once you claim that you want something, okay, once you're like, universe, God, I want to make more money, or I want, to have this thing happen. What tends to occur after that is a series of events and circumstances, challenges and synchronicities, opportunities. And it's a series. It's not just like a one thing. It depends on how big your manifestation is. But like, if you're going for a bigger one, there's going to be a series of events until you land on your reality shifting. And what happens is, a lot of times I will hear, my clients say, well, I asked for more money, and instead I got this big bill or something. Hey, Michelle. Instead I got this big bill come in, and yet I told the universe I want to be more abundant, and that I want to have more finances so that I could pay off debt. But I got this big bill, my car broke down, or something happened. What is that? And now they feel like it's a setback, they're going backwards. And so I often say, when you ask for something, the things that happen afterwards, there's fluctuations, right? It's not all just like a straight line to where you want to go. And if you resist, whether consciously or unconsciously, whether you know you're doing it or not, what you are telling the universe is, I'm not ready for this manifestation. I'm not ready for it. Because if you don't work and dance with the energy that is being presented to you, then what's happening is it's kind of like a class. Like, if our soul's here, we want to learn, we want to evolve, we want to transform, we want to be better people, right? We want to love ourselves and have a great life. That's what everybody wants. And so that's why you decide to be a co-creator with the divine and say, I want to add this into my repertoire because I want to expand and grow into this version of myself that has the relationship or whatever, the money. But just like when I work with so many clients that go on dates and they're like, oh, I put myself out there and I went on all these dates and the men suck and there just must be no good men. And it's like, well, did you ever think that that's practice for the very thing that you desire? And so it's not to say that you have to keep going on bad dates, right? Or that, if you're working on your finances and your car breaks down or something, that doesn't suck. That's not what I'm saying. But if you resist it and are like, this isn't working for me, this must not be happening for me, then you're missing the medicine of the present moment. Because the present moment wants to give you the opportunity to move forward. And so it's going to give you the exact set of circumstances that are going to help you with that. Right? It's going to give you these things so that you can work on yourself and figure out, how do I get to this next level? So everything that's happening in your reality, once you make a set point, this is what I want, see it as part of the manifestation process. Don't resist it. And I remember when I was going through this process last year, I had very challenging things happening when I was trying to be able to move states. I was like, okay, I want this. And then there would be this thing that would come up that would look like it was not going to happen. It was like didn't feel like it was working in my favor at all. And I could have given up. I could have changed my frequency. I could have gone into kind of like, this is never going to work out. I'm crazy to think that I could ever have done this, and brought my girls to a new state. But I didn't. I had the courage to see it through. And I had the courage to say, you know what if this very thing is testing my resiliency and my resolve, so that when the big thing happens and I actually am able to move, then I'm able to handle it. I'm able to deal with it. Because guess what has actually happened since I moved? It's hard moving states. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying it's like, I don't know where anything is. I don't know what's going on half the time. I was driving to school today, the girls, and it was like 1 degree weather, you guys, 1 degree. I'm not missing the second digit on that one. So anyways, point is, I've had to build up my resiliency along the way. And when I talk about my resiliency, it's within myself to handle challenges and obstacles, because when you grow into your next level, most of the times, have you ever heard that saying, new level, new devil? It's because as you grow and expand, your problems that you had maybe at one level get a little bit bigger and different at the next level. So anyways, don't resist, because it's part of the process. It's part of what's building up your tolerance, your ability to handle adversity, so that when you get to be, at the next level of leadership in your life, you can actually handle it. And you could be like, yeah, this is what I wanted. This is just part of the process. So the challenges, or what you perceive to be challenges on your way to your manifestation, what you perceive to be challenges, are the very things preparing you to be the energetic match for what you desire. And if you say no, or you give up, or you don't show up for it, then you're literally sending a signal, because you're shutting down. It's a contraction, right? You're sending a signal to the universe of like, peace out. I can't do this. So just remember, when there's fluctuations along the way to your destination, that it's just part of the process, because the thing that people don't realize, the fun part about manifesting, to me at least, is that it's a spiritual journey, because it's gonna test your resolve. It's gonna test what you're made of. And I don't mean that in a negative way. People get like all like, I don't want to be tested. But it's no different than working out. When you decide you want to have a healthier body, you have to like lift heavier weights along the way. Otherwise, you're going to stay the same, right? You have to, your body gets used to a certain workout, and then you don't build muscle anymore because your body needs change up. So when you're tested or you have things happening that feel difficult or hard, your number one job is to show up for it and to believe that you have what it takes. Because trust me, on the other side, when you receive your manifestation, like I said, you'll have opportunities to use this new like muscle that you've built over that time to really serve you in your leadership of how you're running your life. So that's the first thing. So how does that feel? Are you guys noticing? Like, what are you resisting right now in your life? And I just figured out. I don't think I went live in my Facebook group. I think I went live on my page. Oh well, I'll share it to my group. So, what are you resisting right now in your life? And what could you do to dance with it, make peace with it, surrender to it, acknowledge it, and work with that energy? Okay, so that's the first thing that is blocking your manifestation, is your resistance to growth. The second thing is your beliefs. So when you're manifesting and you are really excited, you're working with two parts. You're working with your conscious mind and your subconscious. So your conscious mind is the part of you that's like, I got this. I want to make $1 million, or I want to have the relationship of my dreams. I can have it. I can do it. It's mine. But then there's this other part of you in your subconscious that's like, oh no, I'm not on board with that. And you're not going to know it because it's in your blind spot, right? Otherwise, you would have fixed it a long time ago. Your reality will let you know what's going on because it's showing up in what you don't have, and what you say you want, but what you don't have, it's right there. That is your hello. That is the criteria right there. So think about, on your way to manifesting, what are the ways that you may be reacting to? Let me give you an example. So many times I see people that want to be more successful and make more money. And I always tell them, like, think about that. That's one side of the pendulum. And then on the other side of the pendulum, let's just say, is the opposite. You're not making the money you want. You're not cutting it in the way that you desire, right? And if you really tune in to both sides and you like think of the beliefs that are associated with so the ones that are associated with the fear, and the negativity, but think about the ones on the other side that have to do with you making money. And think about, do you have a belief that if you were making more money that you'd be more special, or that it's going to solve some problem for you, or that's going to make you a better person? Like, what are the stories and beliefs that you have attached to that outcome? Because I bet you a bunch of money, honey. I bet you that, I'm just being silly. I bet you that there's some negative beliefs attached to your thing that you want, and you have to clear those. You have to clear that negative belief because they're attached to old past experiences and trauma. And that, if like, let's just say if you did think that, like, people will like me more if I make more money. I could show up to dinner and I could throw my car down and I could buy everybody dinner. People are gonna like me more. I'll be more special. I'll be in the like cool kids club. Place. But if you think that is coming from lack and scarcity, because you want to make more money just based on the fact that you have an ability to receive it. It would be great. You have things you want to do with it, but it's not going to define who you are. It's not a validation point for you. That is another reason why people block their manifesting is validation. But I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm sticking to just this one right now. Your limiting beliefs, your subconscious beliefs. So when I teach my program, Becoming Her, I'm going to help you identify your limiting beliefs that you have. And I just gave all of you an exercise to kind of start with it and to figure it out. When I do one-on-one sessions with people, I go very deep into identifying what their beliefs are. But for now, just understand that if you do not have what you want in your reality, there's a very good chance that you have a subconscious belief that is prohibiting you temporarily from having what you desire. And all you have to do is get to figuring it out and identifying it. And it's not about affirmations, you guys. It's not just saying, because that's just working with your conscious mind. Your subconscious is the one that you've got to get to. I've been doing mentorship and spiritual work for years. And it wasn't until I went towards the subconscious that I really work that I got to see like massive transformations with people, because you have to rewire those patterns. So that is the thing that's the second thing that's really blocking you is your limiting beliefs, that are attached through your subconscious to your reality that have created the lens that you see everything through. So once you can work on that, you can and rewire and shift into a new pattern, your external reality really starts to shift. Okay. Last but not least, if you've been hanging out with me this long, I want to share this last piece is lack of alignment with your vision. So hopefully you have a vision for this, for what you desire, and you have your needs and you have your wants. And why do you manifest most of the time? Well, you might be trying to manifest yourself out of a problem, but hopefully it's more because you want to become a co-creator. You really want to have fun through your ability to become a new person and meet different parts of yourself. And it's almost like going to school and you're taking a class that really opens you up to different parts of who you are. That's life gives you a curriculum as soon as you decide to start manifesting. And it's this amazing opportunity for growth. And then what happens in that is sometimes your alignment, you're not in alignment with your vision to take action, you're not going to get that far. Sorry, it's true. If you're not taking action, and I really want to emphasize this, not from your ego, and not from your past. Because if you're taking action for something new that you desire based on your past, you're going to get the same results you already have. So scratch that. I teach all that in my futuring stuff. It's like, you don't want to continue to borrow from the past. You want to borrow from the future. So you have to have a clear vision of who your future self is that has the very things that you are wanting to have in your life. And you have to be able to identify, hopefully, hey, CG, how are you? I just saw that you're on here. You have to be able to identify, hopefully, how that future self feels. And so in the present moment, which is all we truly have, right? In the present moment, you have this opportunity to align with the feelings of that future self, which is like it's embodiment, right? Because if you're new to this terminology, it's how you want to feel and what you're willing to manage, because it takes emotional and energetic mastery to not just go into default, like, oh, I feel like shit this morning, okay, I'm going back, like, because your thoughts go back to like the same old problems that you have every day. How easy is it to wake up every morning and be like, oh yeah, this is the same problem I had yesterday and I'm in a bad mood about it, and like, no. Take some time to have some mastery over your emotions and your energy and get into alignment with how you want to feel. What does your future self feel? So it's feeling that and then taking action based on that. So your action, you might do the opposite of what you've done in the past. You might have communicate with somebody in a new way than you have before, or whatever it might be. I could give you a million examples, but I hopefully catch it when I'm putting out is that you're just not doing what you used to always do in the past. You're operating from a new way of being, a new energetic template that is aligned to your future self. Because if you're aligned with your past self and you're saying consciously you want something different, but you keep not showing up for your appointments, at the gym, let's say, and you want to get healthier this year. It's not going to work, right? It's not going to happen. So alignment to your vision is paramount, okay, when it comes to moving the needle forward on what it is that you desire. So this year, I'm going to be talking a lot. Well, who knows what I'll be talking about. This is just one of the subjects that's this near and dear to my heart, is manifesting and futuring. But the one thing I know to be true about stepping into an entirely new identity is that you have to have a lot of courage and faith that what you wants you to. And I don't mean like a person, I'm just saying that possibility exists in the quantum field for you. And even though it hasn't happened yet, like if you're sitting here and you're like, I've wanted certain things for years now, and I haven't seen it come to fruition. Check your belief systems, check your ability to, are you resisting things, and check, are you really truly aligned to that future vision? And are you acting from that place on a daily basis, making little micro tweaks to your reality? Because if not, the good news is these are all things that you can change. And they're all things that once you do start to shift, you'll be amazed at how quickly things come together. And it's so incredible. There's nothing more incredible than seeing your life as a piece of art. And that at any given time, you have the future is a blank canvas, and you have this blank canvas that you get to create from. And you get to create whatever you want. The only thing that limits you is your beliefs, your mindset. That's like, no, I haven't done that yet. So how is that ever going to happen? Really poke some holes in the ways that you keep yourself from having the things that you really want. Because it's a crazy thought, but we are the ones that trap ourselves from being limitless. God plays a big game, so shall we, right? So shall we. So I just want to remind you that I have a program starting February 2nd. It's going to be 6 live classes. There's 2 different options. There's the basic, where you just get all the classes and the Q&A and the subconscious reprogramming and the somatic work, because the somatic part of it is if we're not embodying these things and we don't know how to stay in our nervous system and have regulation, versus being dysregulated, then it's hard to hold a frequency. It really is. So I'm going to teach you all these different things through these 6 classes. And there's a VIP option where you get a one-on-one session with me for 75 minutes. But I have a bonus right now. So if you are listening to this and you're like, I really need some support and I want to manifest what my next level is, reach out to me with any questions. But know that if you purchase it today, there is a free 30-minute session included with the classes. So you don't even have to get the VIP option through today. And you can still get a 30-minute session where I'm going to help you identify your subconscious blocks. I just did it this morning with somebody. I was able to just get in there and see what's going on. And so that's the lovely part about me being a channel, is I can see those kind of things for you very quickly. So fun to come and connect with you. If you have questions, I also am doing one-on-one work with clients that are really committed to stepping into their next level and who want to heal forward and are done with the limiting stories of the past. Reach out to me. I have some spaces open for one-on-one coaching. And I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you soon.